Robert is a world-renowned business mind, and he's going to share with us on some of the concepts of street smart success. And I'm thankful. You have it, Robert.
Well, if I won whatever amount of money, I would continually do what I'm doing because
Okay.
my whole life purpose is to live a life of meaning based on being of value to other people. So it's like, as far as street smart, part of the key of being street smart, and I'm going to be doing a seminar, and it's having, keeping everything simple. People need to be able to connect with you, relate with you, and they're always judging you. They're asking, "Can I do what he's doing, whatever that is?" As far as street smart, my focus is as far as being street smart. Ask better questions. How can I be of service or value? That's the way of everything that I do. I focus on showing up, understanding who I'm speaking with, figuring out how I can be of value, how I can do something that would be of value to the other person. Um, Keep it simple. To me, Dr. Mort was talking about your mindset. I remember when I started my journey and I came across a cassette tape series. For those of you that remember what a cassette was, it was how to be a no limit person. And I realized that I could change my outcome. I came from an entrepreneurial family. Our family business started the high school war cheerleading jacket business. The problem was there was too much family in our family business, and they weren't willing to change. And I knew that I could create my own movie of my life. I mean, I don't know how many of you watched the movie A Knight's Tale, but if you haven't watched it, I highly recommend it. And his father told him, son, you can change your stars. It was about a person back in the days when you had to be born into nobility. And it's the activities that he did and what he did to change his outcome. So when I started off when I realized I needed a pivot back in 1984, I had to plug into different cassettes, CDs, one way or the other, so that I could learn what I needed to. I was originally started off as ignorance on fire. I just dove into it, and within the first 6 months, I created more debt than I want to admit to. But part of the thing that I learned is we all go through this journey of life, and life is there to support us in relationship to one way, to create whatever it is that we really want to create, as long as you've got clarity and your intentions are there that you want to do it. One time I came off stage and somebody asked me the question, was it easy? And I didn't have to think about to respond. And I said, no, it's not easy, but it's worth it. It's worth it based on whatever you're dealing with. Once you break through and accomplish whatever you want to accomplish. And part of my whole process is developing those right meaningful relationships. When I met, you know, Dr. Mort, when I met James Feldman, I mean, I've known Dr. Mort, and we were in a, so to speak, a mastermind, group. But it's all about developing the right relationships and focused on how you can show up and give and be of service and value to other people. And one of the things I've learned is the more that you give, the more it's going to come back to you. And it's giving unconditionally. And we take a look at what's happening in the world today. And I go into every conversation with understanding the three C's. Most people are confused based on everything that's happening in the media, and they're having challenges. So, and the third C is certainty. So, but if I ask questions and understand what's going on in their situation and focus on being of value to them, and it continually comes back, and that's really the secret that has allowed me to create the success I have for a long period of time. You know, clarity, um, focus on being of value, focus on listening, listening more, asking more questions of others and of yourself, and having a commitment as it relates to what's going on. We're coming to the end of the year. And, the second Friday of January. They've given it a name. It's called Quitter's Day. Most people are going to be making resolutions, and unfortunately, they're going to not commit to making those resolutions a reality. Each one of us can make a difference based on the people that we develop relationships with. And if you consistently do that over a period of time, you're going to live a life of meaning. And that, to me, that's really what life is about. Focused up, focused on showing up every single day. Anytime I have a one-on-one, you know, one of the first questions ask them, or they ask me, how's things going? Amazing. Everything's a mindset. I don't have the luxury of being anything below amazing, and focus on being of value. So, um, I'm just giving you an impromptu conversation. Part of what we're going to be doing as far as Street Smart, ultimately is I've got a presentation of the 13 keys. And I've got a PowerPoint because, I didn't prepare anything, but I just wanted to share from the heart. The key, okay, one of the keys if you want to reach the next level. And if you don't know me very well, I like acronyms. And the acronym for REACH is your reputation. Like Dr. Mort, Elizabeth, Richard, I've gotten getting to know more and more. They've got great reputations. E is the experience when people are in your presence. A is authenticity. You take a look at everything that's happening in the media. I don't even want to mention on the Epstein files and all the other kinds of things, but there's some craziness going on. But people are looking for more authentic relationships. C is clarity. Are you able to help the other person get more clear? Anybody that's got stress or anger. Dr. Mort's an expert. What is it, 38 books now? He keep, and he's got an amazing newsletter, but helping people get clear, having some kind of solution to help other people. Uh, and the H is, were you helpful? And the other part of H is, did you give them hope, which is helping other people elevate? The more that you can show up and be of value, a trusted advisor, and guide people to information that will help them relate as it relates to whatever challenges they might be having. One of the things I've realized, the more you ASK, the more you'll GET. But if you focus up on being of value. So anyhow, those are some quick nuggets real quickly off the cuff. But um, by the way, Dr. Mark, one of the people that we're going to have as far as talking about AI, who you know pretty well, is James Feldman is going to show up at the event that Elizabeth's talking about. So anyhow,
Appreciate your input. Thank you so much. How amazing. How amazing. Your advice and direction will go hand in hand with our endeavors to be greater, better people. And you bring up a very good point about the beginning of the new year and setting a new agenda forward and sticking to it. It's not about starting something to stop. It's about starting to finish and finish strong and finish strong. I appreciate that. It has me thinking about that. I've been thinking about increasing my gym activity. I mean, I'm doing pretty good. It's been consistent for the year and it's been regular, but now I need to up the tally and up the tally because if I could lose a few more pounds and maintain a particular activity level. Oh man, I mean, I'm even saying now, my waistline is trimming, but imagine what would happen if I were to increase it ever so carefully and stay with it. Man, I mean, it's gonna be amazing. And so these are some things to think about. But now here's something that, and we'll bring our speaker. We've got one of our doctors who's just brilliant. He is brilliant, and he has a forum that he's actually enabling people. Because I mean, I think 1 in 4 people. No, I don't know what the statistics are, but more and more people are living to 100. And what he has designed is a system that will make the people who live past 100 to be healthier, stronger, more mentally acute, and with greater clarity. So he's got a whole paradigm of health agendas that will help you do that. And he's coming on this year with us, and we're so excited to have him. So I thank you for that input and advice. And so we're gonna move on, and we're gonna have some fun tonight. And our next speaker is get ready. And we're so excited to hear from her. Karen, please. Glad to have you.
Yes,
Thanks for being with us. Thank you.
good to be here. I've always enjoyed the holidays, even when my mother died.
One second, hold on. Let me just, I like to do it in